Hello there everyone, welcome back to some more Divinity Original Sin. In the last episode what we did was we found ourselves in King Boreas' prison after throwing the elemental staff into the forge. I'm sorry, I know it's real bad of me to do that. Anyway, Joey, you're good, What? What? Excuse me? Maybe Cloak of Dusk doesn't work here. I loaded the game.
Intruder spied.
Spirits of shadow, conceal me!
Intruder spied. Intruder spied. Intruder spied. Intruder spied.
Sorry about that. Did I just click in the screen and get myself killed again? Nope. We're good. This is the best way I've found out of doing this. I've decided that actually this is the best way.
Become one with the air.
Become one with the air. I forget what the actual way I'm supposed to do this is. I think there's like a secret switch on a corridor. But I don't remember how I'm supposed to get in there. So I'm not really going to look at it. People have no respect for my craft. No, I'm kind of only half joking. It just always seems like I start recording a video and then people want to talk to me immediately. No one wants to speak to me all day. But I record, so everyone wants to fucking have a chat with me. Right. Let's go. Let's press this switch. What does it do? Oh, I'm supposed to get through there with one person and then activate the switch. Teleporting works too. It's all good. Now then. These are puzzles that I don't really feel like work very well, so I tend to just break them. Like, nope, I'm interested in this, so I'll just take it, thank you. It always felt a bit weird, like these parts of the game is kind of just a bit naff, you know? Immunity to muted. And more movement again. Let's lose 41 HP though. I can't really afford to lose so much HP. When your robe heals you more than your actual like Good shit. The fields. Okay. Don't know what I'm really waiting for. Let's keep moving. Intruder spied. That's another chest. No, no, no. You don't get to hide from me, fucko. An unidentified earth wand. Don't mind if I do. I'll sell it for plenty of money. Ha ha ha. Allows you to cast summon fire elemental.
What can I do for you?
I'll take my leave.
Source. More
Okay. Let's go. Now I'm going to sort this by type again so it all gets nicely ordered. Oh, here's the White Witch's prison. We found her.
Damnation! Not even a crack!
Ahu, what's up, my man?
Source Hunter, you have found us. Here she is at last. Ikara.
Yep. I knew she was here, but, you know. Just making sure there's nothing here I want. Nope. Apart from maybe these. Which are dirt cheap. In fact, I could probably sell quite a lot and get quite a lot of money from him. So that's what I'll do. Give me all your money. Thank you. Right. That's 19k. Here she is, Akara.
Oh, but look at her. She has been encased in ice so unyielding that none of my spells melt even a fraction of its surface.
I see.
You find me at a loss. I admit it. For I've no idea what sorcery, or dare I say it, sorcery will set her free.
There has to be a way to set Akara free.
Quite so. Boreas is dead and the seasons have been freed. Surely they can break their brother's magic.
That's fine.
There she is, the White Witch, a prisoner in ice.
I wonder what sorcery, or worse,
I don't know how long
sorcery
she'll last within
we'll
that
have
ice.
to use to get her
There
out.
must be a way.
We finally found Akara, but she's encased in a block of impenetrable ice that would take the power of the sun to melt. Where we'll find such a thing remains a mystery. Well, if I try and leave, maybe the elementals will come and help me. Let's teleport back to the lava pits. We may be able to ask the fire elemental for some help. Buddy, mate, you said you'd help me whenever you need. Well, I need, so come and help me. Thanks. Just needs a little bit of flame. Flaming encouragement. It'll be fine. I'm also going to avoid that stupid bloody ice. And then walk across the snow slowly. God damn it. I honestly thought that this bit was snow and therefore not slippy. How foolish I was. Okay, onward. This ain't snowy. Tio's got this on lockdown. Don't you worry. Joey's coming too. You said I could call upon you. I need the flaming power of you, Swa. His name's probably Sua, but Swa sounds much cooler. There you go. Speak to me.
Our champion has returned. Have you yet determined how I might repay my debt? It would be an honor to assist the soul who dared to slay the King of Winter.
I found the White Witch, but she's trapped in ice. Can you help me free her?
Source Hunter, it would be my sincerest honor. Take this rune and use it to summon me when you're near the witch once more.
Oh.
If she can be extracted from Boreas ice, I'll find a way to make it so.
Thank you. I'll take my leave.
We best be on our way then. The spring and autumn kingdoms won't rule themselves, you know. May our paths cross soon, Source Hunter.
Okay, well they're happy that they finished. With our contract concluded, they're quite happy to leave. Fair enough. I don't want to force myself upon them. They are simply helpful demon friends, or elementals, not demons. Don't tell Jehan. They're not demons. Friends. We asked for Summer King Sua's aid in freeing Akara. He'll gladly do so and give us a room we could use to summon him when we're near the White Witch. The hours of her incarceration are quickly drawing to a close. Where's my rune? Where's my rune? Where's my rune? Where's my rune at?
Nation. Not even a crack.
Fire rune. Here he is, mate.
This is your White Witch, then. And you're sure you want to free her, are you? Even our mad Boreas wouldn't have wasted such precious ice on a petty criminal. Whatever she did to find herself here must have been rather severe indeed.
I know, but we need her.
But I am in your debt, and I would be remiss not to honor your request. Shield your eyes, Source Hunter. To melt ice of this refinement, I'll need to summon an equally rare flame.
Okay. Look away. Joey, no. Don't walk into the flame, dick.
Gods, it's colder than a witch's teat. How very callous of Leandra to inter her only sister in a barren tundra for eternity.
Hello.
Ikara, you're all right? The ice, King Boreas, and your sister. What a frigid hell you've endured.
Alright, mate.
And yet not even a frigid hell like this could induce you to put on a shirt, could it, Ahu? My old friend. Surely I have you to thank for my salvation.
Well,
That honor goes to a pair of talented source hunters, actually. If not for their efforts, I'd be quite uselessly prowling around your
That's right.
prison still.
Then perhaps I ought to address my savior directly. Source Hunter, is that the masquerade?
indeed.
Well, what a motley crew we are. Isn't there somewhere a bit warmer we might discuss matters?
What do you mean by masquerade? Remembers the others are source hunters.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. Do pardon me. I didn't mean to imply you were very clearly eternal beings in the guise of minor mortals. Not at all. Please, let's do carry on.
Are you the White Witch?
Oh, yes, I suppose I am. But I do prefer my given name. Ikara, that is. Charmed. But I hope I haven't disappointed my own hero. Am I just as white and witchy as you'd hoped?
I guess so. How did you become imprisoned here?
First things first, Source Hunter. For my freedom, I owe you every imaginable thanks.
Oh, really?
My soul had
Me and
withered
Tio
in
can
this
get some
prison,
thanks.
and I might not have survived much longer without your help. Now, about the culprits. My corrupted sister and the mad Winter King.
Okay.
When I realized exactly where, and to whom Leandra was consigning me, I was certain I'd never enjoy the sun's warmth again.
Okay.
But neither she nor I anticipated the Source Hunter. That was her mistake, and my blessing. I never would have imagined Leandra capable of dealing with the likes of Boreas, but she has changed into someone I hardly recognize anymore.
Tell me more about Leandra.
My own little sister, if you can imagine it. She was always the more ambitious, the more exacting of us, and she had no fear of the darkness that so often accompanies Source.
Indeed.
Her collusion with King Boreas in imprisoning me here confirms my worst fears. She is planning something far greater than I could have anticipated.
And what would that be?
For this reason, and with a heavy heart, I must ask you, Source Hunter, to find out how far exactly Leandra has become entwined in the dark
You stand
arts.
accused of murdering the Sicilian High Councillor Jake.
I take no pleasure in the memory of that night. The thought of hurting anyone or anything is abhorrent to me. But in this case, I judged it necessary.
I see.
If you've come this far, I trust you've learned that the Councillor was far from a humble civil servant. This doesn't excuse my behavior, but perhaps it can help to explain it.
What happened the night of Jake's murder? I wish I could speak. What happened the night of Jake's murder?
It's a sordid story, to be perfectly frank. Two sisters, a philanderous, treacherous wizard, death and mayhem. Are you sure you're interested in such things?
Yes, I guess I am.
The sparkle in your eye belies your better nature, Source Hunter. Now I know that it is your duty to get to the heart of this. And, in truth, the events of that night were but one part of a larger and much darker matter. A matter in which I'll dare to beg your assistance before we're through with one another.
Okay.
Now that terrible night.
Right.
One night, as I slept, I had a sudden revelation. No dream, but a vision. My sister Leandra and my lover Zandalor. I didn't understand, but I recognized their location. Syceel's King Crab Inn. I arrived and looked through their window, but inside, everything was wrong. Leandra had fled, and Councillor Jake stood over the wizard, a knife in his hand and hate in his eyes. As I watched, he drove the dagger deep into Zandalor's heart, and I was too late to stop him. In that moment, I broke. I saw before me not a man, not even a beast, but evil incarnate. And I used Source to slay him. On the floor lay Zandalor. In my hands, I held Jake's life force. I had sworn never to use Source, but I couldn't walk away. And so I did the unthinkable. I used the Councillor's life to save Zandalor's. He was alive, but only just. Betrayal. Murder. Source. We were all of us guilty now.
Well, shit.
If you were any other Source Hunter, I suppose you'd strike me down where I stand after that terrible admission.
Maybe I still will.
Fortunately for us both, you are no other Source Hunter.
I'll take my leave.
I hate to extend my own invitation, Source Hunter, but I believe I ought to accompany you to Zigzax's hideout. Presumptuous, yes, but I'd recognize the imp's essence just about anyway.
Okay.
Both he and you must learn more about the darkness that has extended itself into our dearest Rivellon. And I believe I know where we must begin.
Okay.
Ah, but unless that's a bear flailing through the threads of time, I do believe Master Zigzax is on his way. Make way, Source Hunter, landing in 3, 2...
Hunters, you've done it! Ikara is free! Ah, what good it does my impish heart to see her safe and bright as ever!
Hey, Zigzax.
We have much to discuss. Come one and all to the end of time. A spot of something warm and the soft glow of the tapestry ought to do us all a bit of good,
I guess so.
Ikara, now, if we're done playing hide and seek, let's not waste a jot more time. Oh, I just can't wait to pick your every synapse.
After you, Master Zigzax.
Zoop. 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 And I guess I can walk through the portal myself. Let's talk to Tio. What's up, mate?
We've solved the murder and caught the culprit, yet this case feels anything but closed.
There's more to this crime than simple fact. Killing a killer is hardly the same as killing an innocent, after all.
We'll have to learn more before we can assess Ikara's true guilt in this matter. Fortunately, she seems quite eager to tell us more about this entire dark affair.
We're romantic. And what does that get rid of us? It gets rid of pragmatic. Which we don't really need either way. Crafting is useful, but we don't really necessarily need them, since Jahan's our crafter. Okay, let's go to the end of time for the first time in ages. With those 5 inert stones, I might be able to actually go somewhere too.
Welcome back, Source Hunters.
Hello.
I've been eagerly expecting you. You found another starstone, haven't you? Go on, ask me how I know.
Alright, I'll bite. How can you tell we found another stone?
Aha! Mere child's play when you know what to look for, and luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane? When the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life?
Yeah, I remember.
It's happened again, my friend. Another portal has reignited. The end of time is growing by the stone.
Okay.
It's all connected somehow. You, this place, the void, the stones. Soon we'll have unraveled the whole truth. Oh, how I do love a good mystery. mystery.
What have you discovered through the new portal?
You don't imagine that I'd presume to explore it before you? No, no, no. That would be most unmannerly. And not to mention, well, the...
What is it?
No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that beyond the portal, I sense well, a presence that I can't quite account for. It is at once powerful and faint.
Okay.
Perhaps only a shadow, perhaps more.
Right.
But this is only speculation, of course. Come, come, let me show you the way. Once you're through, you'll be able to report exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay. No problem, let's go. Boppity 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 bippity boppity bippity bippity bop boppity bippity boppity bippity boppity boppity bippity bop. Also, a carver's there, by the way. We can go talk to them whenever.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what
Let's
they
see.
say.
To the Hall of Heroes.
What an impressive room!
So it is a hall fit for kings.
It's Astarte, the goddess. Hi, Astarte. Nothing's in the chest. Chest is empty. Maybe I can re-roll items in it. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'll speak to you in a second, Astarte, don't worry. Also, there used to be a time when all of these were pure gold and you could sell them for a shitload of money. But they patched it fairly quickly once they realised people were just going in here and getting all the plates and then leaving again. It was pretty stupid of them to do it. So now they've made them things at the end of time which only count in the end of time. Ancient letter. Esteemed generals, all of Rivellon thanks you. All of Rivellon is in your debt. Gods and kings bow before you both, and it is right and proper that they do so. Even they had thought all was lost, that the world has to meet its end, but you turn the tide. Many have fallen, so very, very many, and I know you have suffered a great personal loss as well. No, generals, that I sympathise deeply. So let us meet in the Hall of Heroes, both to celebrate and to remember, to honour the living and to honour the dead. Signed Henry, son of William, righteous king of Ferrol. So there's a letter here assigned to 2 generals from the King of Ferrol, or Ferrol. The whetstone wheel can be used to improve a weapon if you have good blacksmithing. I guess they want to use this to show you it. So if I have this two-handed sword, this regular two-handed sword, where's that gone? Where has it gone? I'll just put the dagger in, fuck it. Potential combination, but needs more blacksmithing ability. Okay, so, Jehan, you have some blacksmithing, don't you? I think you do. You have 2 blacksmithing. Alright, so if you take this dagger, you can make it into a better dagger. Which is a enhanced dagger. An improved dagger. Okay, if I put this new dagger in there again, it comes out the same. So you can only do it once. It makes the dagger worth more. Essentially. If I make anti-cloth braithers, I can't do that. It needs to be a weapon. I see. So I take the splitting maul. From 26 to 49 to 29 to 50. It's an improved axe. It basically makes it a little bit more expensive. Can I take the repair hammer and make it better? No, that's fine. It's just a little joke. Yeah, so the higher your crafting is, the better your weapon making skill becomes. And you can make some very good weapons if you do it this way. You take a normal dagger and you make it into a very good dagger, and then you sell it for more money. And any knife or shit you find, you can make a lot of money out of that if that's what you want to do. Anyway, Astarte, what's up?
You. It cannot be you. But it can only be you. The Guardians.
You seem a bit rotten. You alright?
Those I deceived. Those that deserted me.
What's up?
But oh, how weak you have become. As weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow. Ignorant of your faults, and ignorant of your fate.
Okay.
That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend.
What's up, Astarte? Talk to me. Why won't...
But they have come. As
You guys, you're being very weird, Astarte. Very weird indeed. She's walked away.
Who do you think that creature in there was?
I haven't the foggiest. But the eerie bit is that she seems to know us.
Indeed.
Ah,
Hello.
Starstone Seekers return. Most fortuitous indeed, for I have been pondering over the nature of our shelter plane like a poet over his
Okay.
muse. For now, I will refrain from entertaining, or, as the case may be, annoying you with hapless conjectures, until in the maze that is my mind, I happen to stumble upon a clue more concrete than mere theory.
Okay, Zigzags, what's up?
In the meantime, and in the interest of saving time, please tell me your thoughts about the lady you talked to in the Hall of Heroes during your previous visit.
She seemed to recognize us and called us guardians. She said she deceived us and that we deserted her in turn.
Deceive. Desert. Your words, they ring a distant bell, but they are but pieces of the puzzle.
She also was labelled a starty, but she never said that, so I guess we don't know.
But no, hold your chattering tongue, Zigzags. You promised you wouldn't hazard any guesses, and you'll stick to your word.
Indeed.
You have my thanks, friends, for indulging me. A new portal has opened, and no doubt you are as curious as I am to find out what lies beyond. Let's go and take a look.
Indeed. Let's go have a look to the inner chamber.
This place looks rather cozy, doesn't it?
It does.
By the fangs of the void, it is true. She told me she had seen you. Yet never would I have believed her delusions until here now. They manifest before me. You have become undeniable.
Okay.
The scurrilous sentinels themselves. It is miraculous, irrefutably so. But oh, how low you have fallen.
Well, thanks for that.
Look at what you have become. What was stars have become moribund embers.
Okay.
You are to be pitied.
Demon,
And none too friendly.
The
either.
Trife. The Trife. Whatever they are. There's a chest. What's inside?
This chest. I know it to be mine, but how?
Let's read the book. Ancient Diary. My friend and ally, the war has been won, our victory is now inevitable, a fact, a certainty. One might say these last battles we wage are therefore pointless conflicts, but if the enemy won't relent, so be it. Truth be told, I relish in their stubbornness. Give me bloody combat, give me the thrill of the front line. I shall be the first to break their ranks and the last to leave the battlefield. But you've been absent lately. It goes without saying I prefer to see you by my side. We shall meet again at the funeral, I suppose. Until then, I bid you adieu. We found a letter belonging to a general who fought in a great war. The letter is of the opinion that the war was virtually won. He simply couldn't get enough of the bloody carnage. The letter seems to be addressed to a fellow officer with whom he shall meet at the funeral.
My old chest. Why do I remember it?
Plot? Plot points. Let's read this diary. My fellow general, in victory life has taken an unreal turn. Everywhere I go, it seems, I'm revered not unlike a god. People feel graced when I look them in the eye, considering a blessing. Children try to touch my hand or sleeve, believing it will bring them good luck. The absurdity of it all is staggering. Above all, I wish I had more time to myself, some much-needed peace of mind, now that peace is finally in sight. Peace of mind. The closing of the coffin was seared into my sight, the dull thud of stone on stone echoes still. You may relish in combat still, but I've lost all appetite for carnage. We discovered a Hall of Heroes. If we dismiss our companions or henchmen, this is where they'll await us. Within we met a strange spirit who seemed to recognise us as guardians. Why did she say she deceived us? And why did she say we deserted her? Another letter describes a second general's mixed feelings after a great victory. Everywhere this commander goes, she is greeted with the utmost esteem, but she herself feels undeserving of this praise somehow, and she longs for some peace and quiet. Remember that the default state of this game is the one male character and one female character. But I'm going to stick with my old reincarnation theory, and therefore I can be reincarnated as what the fuck I like. Even two boys. Okay, let's read this. Honoured General, I'd like to raise a personal concern of mine if I may be so bold. Your prowess in combat is unmatched, your lust for warfare unrivaled. No one doubts this, the prowess served us well, it saved the very world. But now the enemy has been vanquished, but for a few straggling legions, is it really necessary to personally command our army still? I know your presence inspires our troops, but I worry an enemy spear or arrow may find you yet. Just like, with permission, the enemy has found another general before. To lose you now would devastate nations. My advice would be to exercise caution. Now that peace is almost upon us and our total victory inevitable, there's no need anymore for such ferocious heroics. We no longer need you as a general, we have need of you as a statesman. Please think on that. Signed, Harold Sigurdsson, Duke of Orca. Okay, no problem. So they're saying that this general should stop fighting, but the one general has an insatiable bloodlust, so it won't be stopped. I get that. Zigzags.
I have seen the
We always follow Zigzags because he leads us to a new place.
Aren't you there, Wiltar? How jolly.
Hello.
There's something quite astounding you must see. It's the Weaver.
Yes?
Thanks to the starstone you've collected, she's mended a portion of the
Ooh.
tapestry. Look, a new story has been rewoven into time. A new portion of history appears to us for the first time in not even I know how long.
Wow, that's a long time.
Let us look together. Let us see what the Weaver has woven.
No problem.
Long ago, two great generals led mankind in a terrible war. The dreaded Void Dragon threatened all of existence, and man and gods alike joined swords to stop it. The two generals were celebrated as the rulers of all, and even the gods paid them tribute.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So these two really were revered as gods. So we've restored a thread to the tapestry and learnt that long ago... Oh, actually, there's this one as well. We found an inner chamber which seems curiously familiar. Both of us knew which bed and chest was ours, but how? We also recognised again by a great demon this time that had heard of our arrival through the spirit we met before. We restored a thread to the tapestry and learned that long ago, two great generals defeated the Void Dragon and were heralded as the rulers of all. Zigzags, what's up?
Honorable master of the house. I am the shepherd of elements, and I control how they may flock towards your most imperial presence. So, if it pleases you, command me, and the elemental aspect of your choice shall once more settle among these holy...
Let's go with the Ice Elemental.
And that is your final choice?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
The statue before we know what you'll find through the portal.
What's up, Zigzags?
Who awaits you in the next
Oh, I need to go in here first. To the Hall of Frost.
Oh, it's so cold in here, it hurts.
My very words may freeze and fall to the
His
ground.
every word is poison, such as no serpent has ever known.
Astarte? What's up?
They glow with a brilliant flame, Your Grace. Even he cannot snuff it out.
Oh, but he sides with that which has no name. I know he does. He is betrayal incarnate. He tricked them once, and will try to do so again. I fear their will is weak. Too weak still.
Well, I'll see you, Astarte. Here's an ancient letter. Let's read it. My friend and ally, frustration is raging through me like a seething fever. Damn these politicians, they infuriate me to no end. What do I care if the war is almost won? The victory is certain. As long as a single enemy still draws breath, I will not sheathe my sword. I will hunt and I will stalk and I will kill. I will do what I do best. All the rest is cowardice. Diplomacy is the tool of the weak. Blind, blind. They simply cannot see. They weren't there at the end. The general continues to emphasize his lust for combat and describes the calls for diplomacy, or decries the calls for diplomacy at the end of the war. He writes that all who weren't there at the end are blind. But what end is that precisely? We restored the thread to the tapestry and learned that long ago, two great generals defeated the Void Dragon and were heralded as the rulers of all. Long ago. Okay, what's up, Stardust?
By the hoary beard of Boreas, can it be? You've come. You've come home. It's about time, isn't it? Your quarters have been invaded by all manner of madness.
Who are you?
Does my brilliant frost beguile you? I am ice, of course. A soldier of ice, to be explicit, and this is where I have dwelt across many eons. Here I wait for the day, if ever, I am called to serve the realm again.
What do you mean by calling this my home?
Could I be more explicit? This place is of your essence. Can't you feel it in your very bones, as I do in every crystal of frost within me? You belong here, and this place belongs to you. I cannot tell you why or how, but I know it to be true.
You say you've sung the realm before.
Of course. Alongside my opposite, the eternal fire, we were summoned in service of a goal greater than the timeless battle between heat and cold. Yes, together we sought victory against the void. You can thank our great army for all of this, you know. For existence itself.
Well, thanks.
Those were times of great proportions. The forces of nothingness pitted against those of life, and naught but ourselves marching to the beat set by our great leaders could stop the void's encroachment.
That was very loud compared to the others. I'd like you to show me nice magic.
Your home, your rules, naturally. What would you like to know?
I would like to learn some of this shit, please. Mass healing. Yes, please. Ice wall, because I wanted it. Oh, shit. Hail attack's really good, too. Okay. Hail attack and mass healing. No, mass healing's bad. I forgot about that. Hail attack's good. Ice wall's good. Mass healing only heals you for like 78. It's really not good. It heals everyone, but for a very small amount. I want strong regeneration as well, but we'll probably have to come back to that. Right, what about these? Arrow spray's good. Rain of arrows. Yeah. Vampiric arrow. That's good. Rain of arrows and arrow spray. What about shrapnel? Okay, barrage, that's fine. Arrow spray, that's what we want. We want these for now. It's a lot of money, as you may understand, but it's worth it. It'll be worth it in the end, trust me. I wish I had, like, scanned a lot more of this shit before I'd started. That would have been better. Oh well. I'm just going to sell some things. You know how it is. We'll sell as much as we can to get as much as we can off the price of things. Before we give up and then decide, you know what, just fucking take my money. Okay, that's all that. Right. Let's do the rest in our own money. Thank you. I'll take my leave.
Off to explore your abode, are you? Very good. I'm sure there's something around here that will jog your memory.
Indeed. Okay, so we have some new skills. I won't be able to equip any of them yet. Probably. It'll be worth it in the end. What level do you need? 15 for that one. 12 for that one. 9 for this one. 15 for that one. And 9 for this one. So, Jehan and Jehan. Bear daughter. Bear daughter. Bear daughter. What I didn't know, I couldn't remember, was at max level, how many master skills can you have? Level 5 lets you have 5 master skills. And 5's as high as it goes. So, you can only ever have 2 masters. Right. Okay. We want Ice Wall back. This is an adept. We put it over here. So we can only ever have Hail Attack or Winter Blast. But I think I want this one. As for Bear Daughter, we want Vampiric, so I can either only have Arrow Spray or Rain of Arrows. I don't know which one I want. I can get Arrow Spray now, which fires 16 arrows in a 45-degree arc. Or I could do this one. I think I want to wait for Rain of Arrows, which means I shouldn't have bought that, but that's okay. We'll have Vampiric Arrow as well. Eventually I can have 2 Master Skills, can't I? Yeah, and I don't have any right now. So I can get both of these. I'm just being an idiot. I can get both. Hail Attack's fine. I can also get Winter Blast as well, because I haven't got either. I just can't have 3 Master Scrolls. I'm thinking for Jahan, because he's already got 1 Master Scroll of Chain Lightning. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just being silly. It's Tio that can have 2 Master Scrolls. I would replace... Basically, I'd do this and put the 2 Masters at the end. I must have 4 Adepts, but I don't need them. I'd rather have 2 Master Skills. Okay, so let's go. I may be able to get them now, if we're lucky. Right, so. Another Star Stone, another room. We met an Ice Elemental who can aid us with our Ice skills. The next one I want is Fire. Because Fire also has Man-at-Arms. I think Zigzags went over here. Yeah, he did. But I'm going to go clear this like map out first. This here is the end of the game. Just so you know. You can't go there until the end of the game, though, obviously.
Aha! We meet again, and well met you are.
Hello.
Did you know I've constructed a little theory about you both? Yes, I have.
Oh, you have you?
The theory is this: you are not you, or rather, you are you, but you is not all there is to you, and that goes for both of you. But I see you're staring at me like a cow stuck in an astronomy lesson, so let me start again.
Okay.
I think that you carry 2 souls inside of you. One that belongs to the mortal human beings that you are now, and one that belongs to certain someones with whom we've both become acquainted.
Okay.
You remember that segment of the tapestry your efforts helped to mend, don't you? The 2 great generals? How they led the battle against the Void's first attack on Rivellon?
Are you implying that the souls of these 2 generals are within us?
It would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Your connection to the Void, your presence here at the end of time. True, the mystery of Starstone remains, but at this rate, we'll have it sorted out in 2 shakes of Ahu's tail.
I see.
As luck would have it, a new portal awaits. Perhaps answers do as well. So, onward.
Onward. I want to send all the arrows to Bear Daughter so I don't have to fucking look at them anymore. Also, you can send something to Homestead now. Sending it to Homestead just means you put it in a special box and you don't look at it anymore. It's useful for items that you definitely don't want to sell, but you also definitely don't want to use. There are very few things I actually don't want to use and also don't want to sell, but the thought's there, so that's good. No, I'm waiting to... I'm waiting. Quiet, you. So I've got 5 stones. Okay. What's Tio got? I'm going to send Joey all of the equipment I've got because Joey can sell it for the most money. Also, by now, if I had bartering, I could have gotten a lot more money off. But, oh well. It's done now. Well, aren't you going to do the things that you do? Yes, I will, but give me a minute. I've got to send some shit over. Thank you. What if I just never leap through? What if I just leave this playthrough like this and never ever leap through? Would everyone be upset? But it's like... I just sat here. Okay, Joey, let's go. Let's talk to Tio as well. I thought I could speak, but now I can't. Did I miss my moment? It's okay. Let's go.
What have we here? A study?
Wonderful. About time.
Guardians. Dear Guardians. When I see your faces, it is like the barriers of time tumble in upon themselves.
Okay.
But oh, how my heart aches when I think of the duty you adopted. It was more than even the gods had the right to ask of you. You did not want it, but you took it upon yourselves nonetheless. Though many wailed and many wept.
Indeed.
In a ruptured world, wherein all resolve had crumbled, you renounced life and liberty to stand guard and protect every last morsel of creation.
Oh?
When I despair, I think of your sacrifice. In my darkest hours, I cherish the resolve that was you.
But what does that... What does that mean?
Even though apparently we had to give up life and liberty for that to happen.
Ancient letter. Dearest Henry, dear cousin and king, the honourable generals baffle me. Their behaviour has become puzzling and erratic. They are the saviours of our realm. They are worshipped by man and divinity alike. Yet they wander down strange and solitary paths. Word has reached me today that one of them was gone, vanished. Why, I wonder, why would they do such a thing now that the very world is theirs to command? And the other, such force, such sudden ruthlessness, such tyranny, a betrayal almost of the principles they fought for. These tidings sadden me beyond compare. I think of what must have been in despair. What is it? There must be an answer. What is it that riles them so? Signed, Lady Helena, Countess of Liliant. Esteemed General, esteemed Sovereign, as you know, the vanquished void lives still, but be caged in the imperishable God Box. We all fear it greatly, for it remains powerful even in confinement. The gods have told us we need guardians, we need immortals that will safeguard the God Box, and thereby safeguard our world forever. I can think of no better candidates than the two heroes of the void's first undoings. What say you, my Sovereign? Will you heed the call of the divines, and will your honourable companion do the same? Signed, Henry, son of William, righteous king of Thrall. So the king basically wants us to become guardians and secure the God Box, which is fine. Teller of secrets. What's up?
Hail, holy light, offspring of heaven, firstborn.
Tell me about yourself.
About me. The Guardian's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden box, whose depths brought death into this world, and all our woe with loss of source, I remember.
Okay.
I come no spy with purpose to explore or to disturb the secrets of your realm, but secrets of my own I bring. The secrets of another world, perhaps not lawful to reveal.
How did you come to this place?
Which way I fly is here. Myself am here, but in the lowest deep. A lower deep still threatening to devour this homestead opens wide.
Not very direct, are you?
Whence thou returnest, and whither wentest, I know. Direction hardly signifies.
I'm interested in finding out more about your secrets.
To ask or search, I blame thee not. For Rivellon is as the book of the gods before thee set.
Okay.
Wherein to read his wondrous works and learn his seasons, hours or days or months or years.
Okay, so this is what you basically buy. Ancient Compendium of Mortal Techniques, Ancient Tome of Body Mastery. What these are is one of them gives you a stat point and one of them gives you a ability point, and you can get these at every level. They restore. You can also get these secrets from the stars, or secrets of the trade too, and mundane secrets. But what you'll really be interested in is buying these. So every level I can go, oh, I want another stat point, or I want another this, I want another that, and if sometimes you can get 2 stat points a level, or 3 stat points a level. If you had ridiculous amounts of money to do it, that is. And she only trades in actual money, so like, she doesn't have any gold. So I'd need to trade with things I've actually got, which is kind of hard to do, and I wouldn't necessarily like to do it. I can sell these for quite a lot of money, these essences, herbal essences, but I don't like to do it. It's kind of makes me feel a bit shitty. But I want to buy at least one book, just to show you that it can work and what it does. We'll sell all of them. When am I ever going to use them, really? The answer is never, by the way. I'd like to buy... Let me have a look. I need to find the one... I'm going to buy... Let's have a look at this. Tome gives you skill point. Compendium gives you ability point. Okay. I think that's what I want. So, hang on. Compendium of Mortal Techniques. I just need to see specifically what gives me a stat point. Compendium of Mortal Techniques gives you 3 skill points. Okay, so it's the one of Mastery that I want. Okay. Just making sure I'm not fucking up. I'm never going to get anyone who does Earth. Ever. I know it. You know it. I don't think I want to sell that tiny pearl. I think I want it. This costs body mastery, so 7,275. It's getting a bit desperate, but I will eventually have enough money. Need to go up here and sell it for a bit more. These poison resistance potions, don't need them. Well, that's a bit too much, so if I take one of these away, that'll do. Thank you. Ancient Tome of Body Mastery. I'll take my leave. So now I've got a book that gives me 1 skill point. Or 1 of these. So I decide what I want to do with it later on. Just don't use it by accident on a character you don't want to use it on. That's the main thing. If you use it on an accidental character, you'll feel like a bit of an idiot. I would like to use it on someone who I feel like is going to benefit the most from it. So maybe give Jehan 18 int. Or give someone more constitution like Tio. So he could have like 1,000 health. That'd work well. When he next levels up, we'll see. We're near a level up anyway. I also need to keep some of my money so I can buy more skills, which is why I didn't spend any of the money I've already got. I could have just bought the book outright, but I didn't want to. I think this is the second statue, which is good because I want to unlock fire.
You both are. Marvelous. Your efforts have borne even more fruit. A new piece of the tapestry has been bended. The weaver's been hard at work with the thread Starstone has
Looks like there's
up,
3 more.
and a whole portion of history has been rewoven.
Okay.
Rejoice, my friends, rejoice! For now we witness a tale from the eons torn from time, but now, thanks to you, restored.
Okay.
After the war was won, the Void Dragon remained a great threat to all existence. And so, upon the anvil of creation, the God Box was crafted. The void was locked within, but still the question remained: who would guard the box? The 2 generals offered themselves. They would give up life and glory to stand sentinel. Transformed into immortal beings, they would be the Void's eternal guardians. They placed the box and the guardians in the First Garden, home of Astarte and of the world's most beautiful power, Source. For time immemorial, the Guardians stood by the God Box, no longer human in body or in mind, but duty personified.
Okay. That doesn't really explain how we betrayed Astarte, but that's fine. What's up?
I salute you, my master. Other elementals lie in wait until with a word you command them to action. Which one of them, pray, has your preference?
I'll take my leave. I want to speak to Tio.
So
What's up?
that is who we were. Demigod Guardians of the God Box.
That's not who we were, that's who they were, the ones who hijacked our souls.
I reckon you're right. Besides, even gods can die. And from what we've seen here in this realm, little good came from being a half-divine.
That's right, we're cautious, not bold. We kind of want to have bold, but it's fine. I am. It is what it is. I pick my things based on what I think is true. I don't like to be a god.
I salute you.
Let's go with the fire elemental.
And that is your final choice.
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done. The fire elemental we actually don't want to talk to for the fire spells. He just also has man-at-arms spells.
What an infernal
Also, you can die in here.
Landed inside the heart of the sun.
I thought you could die in here. Maybe they fixed it. You used to be able to just walk on this lava and die. And you'd be like, oh, that's good. My fellow general, I understand your frustration, though the one that plagues me is of a different nature. All this attention, curse it, all these expectations, to hell with them. To be a ruler is like being the queen of a beehive. Nobility, ambassadors, citizens, clergy, they scurry about me in endless numbers, buzzing, pleading, begging, hang on to my every word, mindless. I spend my life in halls and chambers, light of day almost a memory. I long for the hills, for the fields, the quiet and solitude of the wilds. Couldn't I simply leave it all behind? Another starstone, another mystery revealed. We learnt that the generals sacrificed their mortal lives in order to become the guardians of the god box that caged the void. They in the box were placed in the garden of Astarte, goddess of the once pure magic source. The general is fed up with the responsibilities that have been given to her as a ruler. Her state of mind indicates a great mental burden as she longs to find peace from civilization altogether. Yeah, this would have definitely killed me before.
You say they have your loyalty still, despite their utter failure. Foolish creature. Chain your fate to theirs, and you are chaining it to certain downfall.
That remains to be seen. I do believe they will remember. I do believe I will serve them again, despite your tricks.
Always am I the trickster, always am I the malefactor. Yet all I do is speak the truth. They failed before, and they will fail again. The void, I can see it approaching in their eyes.
What's up, Deramus?
You!
Deramus!
What radiance burns from your being? Enough to scorch even the likes of me, I find. And that is no small feat. Most impressive, yes, most impressive indeed.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Why, I am a soldier of fire. And does this landscape not befit me? I have lived here for eons, since the first great peace, when the world as your kind know it was first secured. We were invited here by a great leader, I believe. Yes, a leader. I'm sure it was. The details, they crumble like ash when I try to grasp them in truth.
I see.
But the radiance of that time has never left me. Victory, blazing victory, adorned our heads like a crown of glorious flames. I'm sure one as radiant as yourself must understand exactly what I mean.
What do you know about fire magic?
What do I know? Ha! Fire magic is me, and I am it. A far better question is, what would you like to know?
I'd like to know man-at-arms skills. Attack with a flurry of your main weapon and deal 45 to 71. That's because it's Joey talking to them. Shackles of Pain. Make a target that will receive, or mark a target that will receive all of the damage you receive. That's pretty good. Rage means I do less armor, but I have chance to hit minus 25%, damage plus 50%, and critical chance plus 2. I'll take it. That sounds good. A flurry of attacks. What's a flurry? How much is a flurry? Is it a lot? Either way, I guess I'll take both because I can. Let's haggle, friend. Would you like to haggle with me? Get rid of the shadow essence, herbal essences, and then I'll just pay you the rest. Fuck it. There you go. I accept your offer.
Take care, my friend. Those who blaze brightly may find themselves targeted by darkness.
Don't worry, it's all good. Right. So, Tio, get rid of Helping Hand. Fuck that. Then we're going to move this one over here. All these adepts are going to be embraced and loved by the populace. We're going to give you these 3 skill books. There you go, friendo. You did it. Okay, so here's Flurry. That's the first one. Here is Rage, which is that one. And here is Shackles of Pain, which I can't use yet, because I have to be level 15. 114 to 184 slashing damage every strike, based on my weapon's damage. And it is every 5 turns I can use it, and it costs 7 AP to use, which I start with 7 anyway. I get 7 every turn. So I can use this at the start of battle, basically. I can use this at the start of battle too, because it costs 4 to use. The master skills, I might as well equip it because I can have both. We've decided that we can already have both, and it's fine. As soon as I level up my marksman skill again. As for Joey, he'll have to wait for his master skills. And Jehan already has his master skills ready, but we can't actually use them yet. They're both at level. These ones are both at level 15 because they're both powerful magicking attacks. This one costs 11 AP to use, for example. So I'd have to skip one turn, start the game with 8, and then skip a turn. And as soon as Jehan's second turn comes up, use hail attack, or get enough AP with speed so that I can just start with it, which is unlikely to happen. By unlikely, I mean very, very unlikely. Okay, so that's that. We all have our skills ready to go. We kind of cleaned ourselves out in terms of money, but that's okay because we didn't want to keep all of our money anyway. Okay, let's go. No good having money if you're just going to keep it and not spend it. What I do want to do is find a new weapon though. Another starstone in the room. We found a fire elemental that can aid us with our fire skills. Now we got to speak to Zixax and Ikara, who are over here, and then we'll end the episode after that.
Do you really think he'd let me in on it in advance if he'd been planning an affair with your sister?
How can I tell? Maybe you taught him a thing or two about slinking around in between shadows.
If that were true, Ikara, he wouldn't have been murdered, resurrected, and pursued by the bringer of the apocalypse as a result, now would he?
Ha! True enough.
Hey, Ikara.
Why? I see Master Zixax has upgraded from his shabby little hut at the edge of the hour. From the fairy dimension to the, space-time weaver hunter imp one. What do you call this place again?
This is our homestead on the shelter plane at the end of time.
Ha! Is that so? It seems I have my share to learn about the magical world yet. The end of time. Well, suddenly your association with Master Zixax makes sense.
Why does everyone call him Master? Is he like super
Well,
learned?
I must say, it's no small relief to find myself in a safe haven among such allies.
Let's start from the beginning. How is your sister involved with the dire happenings of Avalon?
I believe the answer to that begins centuries ago, when your order was still cutting down so-called dark magicians by the dozens. Ours was a family of born sorcerers, you see. It was in our blood to interact with Source. But our parents were determined to curb the power within us.
Okay.
Still, their meekness wouldn't save them from the Source Hunters.
You mean someone of our own order killed your parents?
They came on a quiet morning. My mother was wild with fright and commanded me to hide myself and Leandra outside, among the trees. Even at that young age, we knew not to question her.
Okay.
We climbed high into the branches of a nearby tree, and before we could look away, our parents were cut down without ceremony before our door.
I see.
The Source Hunters sauntered away, wiping their blades with pride. 2 more sorcerers dead, a job well done.
What became of Leandra and yourself?
From that moment on, everything was different. As we trembled in that tree, our fear and our desperation were so potent that the magic within us began to weave together. Our souls became forged together, our bond unbreakable.
I see.
We would survive, thrive even, within those woods, never speaking to outsiders. Our soul forge meant that if one of us were to die, the other would instantly perish too. We kept one another close.
Okay.
Leandra's capacity was enormous. Source didn't frighten her, and she delved into that dark well with terrible regularity. I did my best to guide her, but she fast outgrew my admonitions.
Tell me what happened between yourself, Leandra, and the wizard.
My sister and I were mired in a solitary existence, witches among the trees when Zandalore came.
Okay.
Leandra especially couldn't leave him be. He was a feast of information, and she wouldn't rest until she'd absorbed every bit of knowledge he offered.
Absorbed his information.
Their days were spent on charms, hexes, and the like. At night, Leandra would wander off to practice what she'd learned, and Zandalore and I would settle into our quiet tasks, side by side.
I see.
We were a content trio, the 3 of us, but base impulse would undo us.
What do you mean by base impulse?
As you know, Leandra and I were soul-forged. This offered us a window into one another's souls. I knew Leandra had developed feelings for Zandalore, and she knew I had too. But it was me to whom he confessed his love. Those quiet evenings together had captured his heart, as they had mine.
I see.
Her heart broke the moment we announced our new attachment, and I felt the pain of it as sharply as a knife. She fled, without a word, and I didn't see her for 2 terrible years.
Okay.
My connection to her, our soul forge, grew weaker. It was as though some third entity, a parasite, were atop our souls, sucking the strength from it day by day.
Then it's true, you are a sorcerer.
I am, but there is more to our kind than they teach at your academy. Source isn't only blood and madness. It's like lightning, an exquisite current of great power.
Okay.
We sorcerers are like metal steeples. Source is drawn to us and it flows through us.
And we must eradicate it. Okay, good, yep.
But what so many fail to understand is that Source can be controlled. The power drunk through history have abused it, and all the world's sorcerers have borne terrible consequences.
What consequences do you mean?
Tell me, Source Hunter, in all your hours studying the arcane arts, did your great masters ever suggest that perhaps not all sorcerers were evil? Did you ever hear, even once, that some of us were weak and gentle? That we could be simple forest folk healing the sick and frozen each winter?
Nope.
No. I doubt also that they'd mention that one day this hunt of yours would birth a broken soul powerful enough to inch all of Rivellon toward oblivion.
You mean to blame Leandra's doings on us?
No. No, that would be going too far, and eschewing my own responsibility. I believe Leandra's long fall down did begin at the hands of some of your own order. But it was I who sparked all of this.
Is there no redeeming your sister?
I believe that our soul forge has been damaged. By what? I can only guess. The fraying of the bond between us has left Leandra adrift in a well of sorrow she truly believes will never end.
Okay.
What she needs is a hand. My hand, out of this abyss. If our soul forge is repaired, I am certain she'll cease blazing this path of destruction.
Let's discuss the soul forge between you and Leandra.
I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. With our soul forge in such tatters, I believe Leandra is adrift in the not at all inconsiderable sorrows of our lives.
Okay.
What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it consumes ever more of Leandra's mind and soul. I cannot say exactly what this force might be, but I'm certain it's both driving me out and driving Leandra on. If I could only repair the forge, I'm certain she'd put a stop to this madness.
So how do we stop Leandra?
We've a single order of business first and foremost. Leandra is gathering an army, and I fear we'll have to get through it if we wish to find her.
Okay.
But first, we must learn more about Leandra's plans. How many of these so-called Immaculates does she have in her palm, and to what end is she directing them?
I see, good point.
Your journey must begin in the Lacula mines, where she has been accumulating materials and manpower for a purpose as yet unknown. The way will be dangerous. Her allies are growing more powerful and numerous by the minute, but we must discover exactly what Leandra is planning and why.
What can you tell me about infiltrating the mines?
A soul forge comes with its own benefits, Source Hunter. Though our connection has weakened, I still see the occasional vision of Leandra's doings, the pangs of her deepest felt emotions, and flashes of her triumphs.
Oh.
One vision. I had thought it was only a nightmare, but now I see it was something much worse. Leandra is collecting materials, precisely what, I cannot say, and is hard at work shaping them into something sinister.
Right.
Her frustrations are rivaled only by her mirth. I can see she's growing closer and closer to achieving something dire. You must make your way deep into the mines to see exactly what she's planning.
Let's discuss the mines.
The way may be treacherous, but you must get inside. I fear my sister is doing something dreadful so far from the light of day.
I'll take my leave. Okay, so, new plan. Carver asked us to look for a way to repair her soul forge with Leandra, though where exactly we might find such information remains unknown. The Carver told us we must investigate Leandra's activities and told us where to begin. also. The day Soul Hunters killed the parents of Leandro and Akara was the day their souls were forged together. They were very close sisters, but the introduction of Xandalore into their family tore them apart. When next Akara saw Leandra, she had become the conduit. Akara has sent us to investigate the local mines for evidence of her sister's doings. Don't mind me. Just going to borrow these. Oh, I picked it up. I didn't steal it. Okay. Well, where are we going? I guess we'll go to Lacula Forest, Silverglen. That's where we need to be next. Makes sense to me. We also need to find some good weapons. We're like stalling on really good weapons. Of course, my requirements have become more refined. Since I need, for Bear Daughter, I need a weapon that has +1 dex at least. If I can get one. Or leadership. This is fine. I got rid of the dexterity because I had one here. So actually I don't need one with dexterity for her. I need one with intelligence for Jahan though. As for Joey, anything with leadership is good. If I have to replace something to get more leadership, I will. But maybe some boots. As for Tio, anything with strength would be good. Or this speed and willpower impaler is also very good though. Now, we'll go in as soon as we can, but I'll see you guys next time when we do that. Thank you for watching the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.